Today we're going to be breaking down the editing style of 2HOLLIS and Nate Sib. If you guys aren't familiar, they have a super unique music video shooting and editing style, and their style is like almost like self-made, kind of like shot on an iPhone, but like very flashy effects. So if you guys are tapped in, that's why you're watching this video. Super unique style. We're going to go ahead and break it down in this tutorial. But before we hop into this, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jacob and I run the Tiny Tape shop. We sell editing plugins, presets, and a bunch of other assets that you guys can use to level up your music videos, edits, and a bunch of other things. So if you're interested in any of that, it'll be linked down below. But without further ado, let's hop right into this. So this Nate Sib video, Typical, came out a couple of days ago, and I think this is the perfect one to kind of like see the style, because I think this is the most progressive version of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it, and we can break down some of the key effects. So lots of strobing, lots of flashing, right? And then they do a lot of this, like they'll like change the aspect ratio. So like you'll see here, boom, 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 and then back to that. Lots of zoom ins, lots of flashing, and you guys can see just like so. The entire music video kind of consists of these very like flashy cutout boxes, kind of like cuts to black, weird cropping, just constant keeping up with the beat. So the beat is pretty fast, and they kind of keep the visuals in as well. And I think all these videos, in my opinion, are shot on an iPhone. For sure they're shot on an iPhone. He has like one super like professional video. I think it's this one here, but all their other videos and stuff look like that other style, and that's just like kind of like the way they've done it. So I have the 2HOLLIS Trauma music video inside of here. So a lot of the ones that they do on their videos obviously are these like kind of flashes and flickers you guys can see here. Now, a lot of people would think you do this with like a strobing light, which you can do with a strobing light, but I think the best way to do it, if you don't have that, especially if you're an artist like shooting the videos on your iPhone yourself, let me just crop out this video right here to show you guys. So we're going to go ahead and just do it on this clip right here. If I'm walking, you guys can see there's no strobing. And then we have the strobing shot here. You see black, normal. So essentially, there's a couple ways you could do this. So if you wanted to go to black, you kind of want to unlink it, press C to bring out your crop tool. And then I'm just going to cut every couple of frames. You guys will see it'll kind of like a lock there. So if we cut all these up just like so, right? What you could then do is just delete the ones in between. And you get that flashing effect. And if you want to make it less intense, you can delete like every two. So you guys can see I'm doing that here. And that's how you can do like a flashing effect like that. If you don't want your flashing effect to go to black, what you could do is click on your clip, go to effects, and then we'll go to lumetri color here. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the exposure up, go back into effect controls here, open up basic correction. And you guys can see we could then play with the keyframes on exposure. So I can keyframe exposure here, and I'll bring it to like 5. It could go like 2 arrow keys over to the right, and then reset it. 2 more over, 5, 2 more over, reset. And then what we could do is just 2 more over, paste that. And you guys can see we have it flashing now instead of like cutting to black. So that's a style they do a lot. They do a lot of like really fast, flashy cutting. Another style that they do as well is they take 2 clips and they put them on top of each other. And just like we were doing before, where we were cutting like every other frame, they would actually have a video underneath instead of it just being black. So 2HOLLIS has like a video that he did this on for the entire music video. And you guys can see there, it's cutting back and forth between those 2 clips there. Maybe you could like keep it a little bit like more distance. There's a little bit more time. I'm only going to do it for a couple of ones here. It's going to take a while, but you can see there, it's a little bit better. But going back to like the Nate Sib video that we were just looking at, as you can see, if I skim through this, you can see the entire video is like literally just like strobing and fast cuts. So you guys just learned how to do that. So let's go to this one here. I'm just going to cut right there, unlink it, drag it up. And we have this empty space below here. Let's go to project now. I'm going to right click, go to new item, and we're going to go down to color matte here. We're going to hit OK, make sure this matches what we have. And I'm going to make it white, just like the Nate Sib video. Drag and drop that here, crop it, and then drag it below. Now, what we're going to do is, you guys can cut it to your liking. I'm just going to randomly kind of cut these. And then what we're going to do is just kind of like resize them here. So I'm just clicking on it, going over to motion, and then resizing it here. So we'll put that one there. Then we'll put that one there. And then for this one, I think we should try something cool. So if you click uniform scale to like uncheck it, you can then kind of like stretch these in any way you want, right? So if I like do it like this, I can then hold option, click and drag up. So there's 2 of them, and then drag this one to the side here, do it again, and drag this one to this side here. When I play it, you guys can see we have the same video 3 times, and then we could like put this one like here, then we could put this one like here. So we get something like this. Maybe a little bit like more room, we could like put like this one like here. And then another cool trick you could do is if you like reverse this here, you have one like playing in normal and one playing in reverse. So that's another style that they do on their videos. Now for like a lot of the weird cropping and stuff, let me just continue this white background here. We can go back to uniform scale. And if you go ahead to the scale height here and crop it down like this, they do a lot of this in their videos, just for like a couple of frames. So like it wouldn't be the entire time. So if I check this back and then revert it, you can see just like that. And then if we do go back to that Nate Sib video that we were looking at earlier, typical right here, you can see those flashes we just did. Right, then you get the white cut out stuff we just did. They do a lot of zoom ins that are pretty self-explanatory, but I think you can tell that a lot of these videos are shot on an iPhone. As you guys can see, it's a lot of the same effects, just kind of repeating very fast. If you don't know how to do the black and white effect, I'm assuming most of you guys would know how to do that, but if you don't, all you really have to do is go over to lumetri color here, go to saturation and just turn it all the way down, and it's going to kill the saturation and make it black and white. So if you want to do some scenes like that, like they did in their music video, you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good style breakdown of the 2HOLLIS Nate Sib editing style. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. If you're interested in grabbing any of our editing packs and presets, they'll be linked down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.